I thought I was done with the messages, but clearly I'm not. I don't know if I'm going to put this up as a part 2 or just a separate message, but it's linked to the message that I literally had just done. So, there is someone that you're going to be connecting with. You have I want to say secret talent, but there is a dormant talent within you that maybe when you was younger you used to work on, or you used to be either really good at, or it's just something you was passionate about. But I'm also hearing that as obviously time has gone on, it's something that you've put to the wayside, you've had to work, you've had to prioritize other things. However, there's something here about spirit resurfacing this talent, or unlocking and releasing the dormancy of this particular talent that you have. And there is someone that's coming in to assist you. I'm getting a female and male dynamic, gender specific. I feel like this particular male or the particular female has this, I'm going to say, has this same talent that you have, but they have it patterned down. For some of you, it could be to do with music. For some of you, it could be to do with writing. And also for some of you, it's to do with trades and stocks, like trading and things like that. For others of you, it's to do with dancing, but it's something artistic. It's something creative, okay? This person's coming in and they're vibrating towards you and you're vibrating towards them. Simply because they're going to help you, and this is the aspect of them or you being the muse. Okay, you are the source of inspiration for them, or they're the source of inspiration for you. And with this, it's going to be sort of a creative relationship, in a sense, for some of you turned romantic relationship. Okay, is that correct, spirit? Yes. Okay, but they don't want you going into it, especially if you're in the space of wanting a relationship where that's what the be all end all is. So I do feel like this is a certain gift that this person is going to be bringing out of you. Okay, and simply because it's something that you was always meant to do, it's something you was always meant to pursue. However, there were certain detours within your life that needed to happen, whether that was having family, whether that was kids, whether that was focusing on maximizing your money, your profits, things like that. Now that you have the time for this, even though for some of you may be feeling like you don't have the time, but you do have the time, now is the time for you to really be in your creative bag, to really be in your talent bag, like, so people can see you, and this is another way for you to be seen. Okay, and I'm kind of getting that you or the other person doesn't have a problem doing this because they can see, again, like a little a younger version, or the version of them inside of you where they first started doing this particular talent. Okay, there's something here about instruments as well. I'm also seeing ballet, I'm seeing jazz, so you could be a jazz artist. I'm seeing a jazz bar as well. So there's something here around that, but there is someone who's going to be helping you out when it comes to this talent, and they're really going to bring out the raw, authentic version of you. But what I'm getting as well is that how this person's going to discover this talent about you is through a very deep, heartfelt conversation. I feel like you're going to be sharing some really deep, intimate things with this person. Like real deep, intimate things. I feel like you're going to be sharing shit with this person that you ain't shared with nobody. To the point where this person, you're going to be able to cry in front of them, and they're going to be able to be there to nurture you, whether that's to hold you, to have a shoulder to lean on. And also for this person, you doing this or them doing this is going to unlock something within you. I feel like for them, just say it is them and it's not you, or crosswatch or whatever, just apply the roles where they may. But if it is you and you're the person who's like really sharing your experiences, and it's basically like explaining why you haven't embarked on a particular talent or why you stopped doing it. I'm getting that film, is it Save the Last Dance? Something like that. If it's been a traumatic experience of why you stopped doing your passion or what you love to do, you expressing and really sharing these deep parts of you with this person, which you've never shared with maybe anybody, this is going to be the first time this person is actually ever like really held space for someone to share. and it's going to open up their understanding that they do have the capability and the capacity to be emotionally anchoring for another individual. Because I feel like they've been in relationships and friendships where other people have maybe been the emotional anchor for them, but they haven't had the chance or never positioned themselves to be the emotional anchor for other people because they didn't feel like they had it in them, or maybe people portray to them that they didn't have it in them. This could be someone who is quite like they're serious when it comes to work, but goofy when it comes to like, they're just goofy like when it just comes to just like everyday life. They're the type of person who takes on the saying of like, you know, never let like your inner child die, or like they always nurture their inner child, or they would always reference something like that, like the inner child is a part of them that they always shine a light on, or give a stage to their inner light. So they would say something along them lines like, you know, allow your inner child to always be present, or something along them lines. But they're in a space of, for the first time, it's almost as like you are, in terms of your emotional realms, you are experiencing emotional wins and first emotional firsts together. So this is the first time you've actually either, so say you're a feminine, right? Gender specific. You're a feminine and you're opening up to a masculine, gender specific. And let's just say that that's been an issue for you your entire life. You've never had like a male counterpart or any male role models where you could genuinely just open up and be emotionally vulnerable with, and that had that emotional intelligence to be an emotional anchor. Say that that's something that's alien to you. You've never experienced it. Maybe with your female friends and stuff like that, you've been able to do that. But when it comes to the masculine, you've never quite had that. This will be your first time with this particular individual that you probably don't really know that well, where you are able to be emotionally vulnerable about the shit that you've gone through. And some of the shit that you've gone through has been so fucking deep. Like deep to the point where it's like when you start sharing your stories with this person, your emotions are going to come up, but it's going to trigger this person as well. But it's triggering this person not just because of what you've been through, but this is the first time they've actually been able to hold space for someone to be emotional, right? This is the first time they've been able to be that emotional anchor, because just like yourself, they've never had anyone who's come to them to, or taken them seriously enough to be the emotional anchor. And for the first time, they know what it's like to be an emotional anchor, and for someone to genuinely feel like they can trust them to hold their emotions while they share some deep, intimate, and maybe even dark traumas with them. And for them, they're getting emotional because of what you've been through, but also because their heart has been cracked open, because for the first time, someone has allowed them and trusted them with their own emotional states, and to be vulnerable and to be open. Like this is getting me, bitch. Whoo, bitch, who's cutting the onions? Like, for the first time, they've actually been able to hold space, and I think this is something they've always wanted to do, because they've known they've had the capability, but for whatever reason, they haven't done so. Whether that's because they've been told that they're not emotionally mature, or that they're goofing around all the time. But you took it upon yourself to literally be like, throw all caution to the wind and say, fuck it, I'm actually going to be vulnerable with you, and this is why I haven't pursued this talent, and this is why this has held me back, and this is why A, B, and C. And through that conversation, I don't know what, but I'm feeling it. This is going to be something that makes that talent of yours fucking blow. Like, I mean, it's going to put you on the pedestal. I mean, it's going to get you the attention, the recognition, and not just you, but them as well. This could be someone who is an artist themselves, or becomes a producer, or you become an engineer, or you're a songwriter, they're a songwriter, lyric writer, whatever, a dancer, whatever. I'm really getting the energy of Save the Last Dance, right? If that film is significant, if you haven't watched it, okay? But it's kind of, that's the energy I'm getting. Like, this person is the catalyst, right? And the muse to let this dormant gift blossom now, because it's been wanting to blossom. It just wasn't nurtured and wasn't directed. It's almost as if you are the lotus flower and this person is the waters to help you bloom. And both of you have gone through like traumas, maybe not of the same instances, but those traumas have had probably identical impacts on you as an individual. So it's not a fact that you guys are trauma bonded, because I don't feel like that is. I feel like the trauma is bringing you closer together so that you can transcend that trauma, alchemize it for your highest benefit. And that alchemization of your traumas is what's breaking both generational curses on both of your family sides. If that isn't fucking brilliant, I don't know what is. If that is not brilliant, I don't know what is. So this is the energy that I'm getting. Like, this is what I'm feeling. And there's just something about, like, you two being together is just like unreal. It's just worldly. It's just like, finally I have you, finally you have me. Let's get to work now, you know? There's just something here about you blossoming together so beautifully. And from this conversation, this is where you really understand what true trust is like. This is where you build trust. This is where you build loyalty. Like, it's like this conversation is the anchor for your connection to be unshakable. This conversation and you opening up is the foundation for literally your foundation to be set in concrete. Nothing is shaking that bitch. Nothing will be able, from that conversation, nothing will be able to tear you apart. There ain't nothing that y'all can't do together. There ain't nothing that y'all can't talk about. This is setting up the basis for you guys understanding each other on a deeper level, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, you know, on all levels. And it sets the foundation for what you may not agree on. You will figure it out. In that sense, okay? That's what I'm feeling. And it's gonna work. Regardless of what direction or what path you choose to take, this person's taking up the same path with you. Or figuring it out. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming. So yeah, that's the message, okay? Bless that she just threw me off. I bless that resonates with you, and I'm sending you loads of love, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah.